Hello, my beautiful humans. Welcome back. This is Magda K, and if it's your first time visiting my channel, thank you so much for giving it a go. And if you're returning, thank you so much for being part of this tribe. So today I wanted to give you some insights into what it's like being an intimacy coach, or more specifically, the downsides of doing this work. Now, I absolutely love my work and I would not trade it for anything else, but it's not all pleasant. It's not all love and intimacy and connection and fulfillment. There are things that I have to deal with. I wish I didn't have to, but I guess it's just part of the game and I choose to play the game. So this is what this video is about. It's basically gonna give you all the parts about my work that really suck. So I am an intimacy coach. And first of all, what is intimacy coaching? So the way I define it is that this is that magical space that happens between penetration and friendship. So this is our connection with other people. This is our ability to connect to ourselves, to form these deep connections, which is, for me, really, that's the essence of being alive. And in my work, I pull a lot of information and practices from Tantra. So it combines a lot of human behavior, psychology, therapy with energy work, with yoga and breath practices. But I'm not a dating coach. My job is not about telling people how to find a man or a woman. And I'm also not a sex therapist. Now, this space specifically, of course, opens me for a lot of tricky comments and interactions. And on top of this, I am a woman. And so a lot of people definitely look at it as an easy target or an invitation to just be nasty. So, like I said, I want to share with you a bit of truth behind the scenes of what happens when you have business like this. So the first one is very mean and sometimes nasty comments. So even just recently, one of my videos, I was getting a lot of very unpleasant comments. So I don't know, it's just really puzzling for me, to be honest, because it's like, you really don't have anything better to do than actually spend time watching my videos, because a lot of these comments, they show that they watch the full videos. Some of my videos are 30 minutes long, so they would still spend all the time watching the video and then actually make a very mean, nasty personal comment that does not add to the conversation. So I don't know, I feel like some people just really get a kick from putting other people down. I'm not as impacted by this as I used to. I think at the very beginning, when I started posting videos and putting myself out there, and then I would read these comments, that really went straight into my heart. I think now I'm more resilient to this, or maybe not even resilient. I think now I kind of just understand that if, people who really have big dreams and who decide to face their own fears to go for those dreams, they don't have time to put other people down. Really, the people who put so much time, who put so much energy and effort into trying to crush someone else's dream, usually they don't have their own dream. So now I see it. So when I read these things, I'm not as deeply impacted. Still, it's not nice when you read those things. But look, to be fair, this actually helps with the algorithm. So I remember the very beginning when I started my YouTube channel, I don't know, it was 10 years ago. And I was doing videos. At that time, I was talking a lot about persuasion and how to influence people. And I posted a bunch of videos and then I just let this channel go. I didn't check it, nothing. And I looked back at it I don't know, a few months after, or a year after, and suddenly I had 5,000 subscribers. And the reason why was because I had hundreds, I kid you not, hundreds of comments, which basically boost the videos. They make YouTube show your video more often. And through this, I was getting more reach and more views, and I was getting subscribers. But 90% of these comments were so rude and so nasty. And again, at that time when I just started seeing these comments, I panicked and even for a while I just like disabled comments on my YouTube channel. But then I thought about like, okay, well, you guys are like really mean, but at the same time, you literally helped me build my channel. So when I see these nasty comments, I'm like, well, look, you're still adding the views and you're helping me build the channel. So whatever satisfaction you're getting from that, take it. I don't care. Thank you for probably unintentionally helping me build my business. Okay, so the other thing is, and that happened, I think like 3 years ago. So basically the work that I do falls under the category of like sex work or even prostitution. It's a tricky industry, right? A lot of like platforms and companies don't want anything related to sex. So one of the things that happened to me was I got blocked. So in business, if you want to email people, you actually legally are required to use an official company that manages all the emails, right? So we have different companies. It's called an email service provider. So you gotta have an account with them. And then when people subscribe to your newsletter, basically you're using those companies, those providers, to send your newsletter. Things like, you know, the newsletter needs to come with the unsubscribe link. If it's not there, you're actually breaking the law, etc. So it's all about data protection and so on. So I was using one of these companies, and in this case, I don't feel bad giving their name. The company is called GetResponse, and I was very happy with them. It's a Polish company, so I'm Polish. I was happy to support local company, and I was really happy with them. I used them for a few years, and then one day I cannot log into my account and I didn't know what happened. I emailed them, and in response I got a message that yes, my account got deactivated. Not that it was paused, not that like some login issues, it just got deactivated. Now I was furious, like, what do you mean deactivated? And it's like, so you're not even gonna like send me a message telling me that you're deactivating my account? You're not gonna tell me why? So yeah, I messaged them literally with that, and they said that it got deactivated, and I'm quoting this, because my content could arouse someone. People get aroused by many different things. I don't control what arouses you, but apparently that was a reason enough to totally kick me out of their services. The problem was that I had like, I think 3,000 or 5,000 subscribers. I think I had like 5,000 subscribers on my newsletter, and I was in the middle of the launch. Okay, and suddenly I don't get access to the emails and the funnels that I created and the email addresses that I collected over the years, and I'm in the middle of the launch. So I got really angry at that because I felt like I was judged and I wasn't given like any opportunity to actually discuss things with them. It was just, nope, we don't want you deactivated, not even gonna tell you anything, boom. So that's how I'm saying the name of the company, because I think the way it was managed from their side really sucked. So I started like going online and researching what are other companies that I could potentially use. And one of the things that I was doing, I was going to see the websites of people in my industry on purpose, subscribing to their newsletter so that I can see which email software provider they're using. I found one of them. It's actually the company that I wanted to work with before, so I was happy to sign up there. And immediately I emailed them saying, listen, this is the industry I'm in, this is the issue I just had, so I want to ask you, what is your regulations, what are your rules for me to follow so I can use your services, right? So I send this email because I want to open the conversation, I want to respect their business, and in response I get blocked. I was like, what the heck? But I wasn't giving up, because there's this one lady who talks strictly about sex and penises and penetration and anal. I don't even talk about these things. I'm like, well, you guys have her, okay? If you're okay sending her newsletter, I think you should be okay sending mine. So I was actually speaking to the team, explaining specifically what are the topics I will be discussing. I had to give them an example of an email of what kind of content I'm sharing, so they can feel, you know, into whatever their ethical code or something, to see if they can accept me or not. And they did, and so far it's been okay. I haven't had any issues, and hopefully it's gonna stay like this. Now, another aspect is all the social media. So again, when you talk about sexuality, it's a bit of a tricky space. You get non-stop shadow ban. What shadow banning is, that basically, whether it's Facebook or Instagram, I'm not sure if YouTube also does it. I want to say no, but who knows? It's basically when these platforms don't show your content to anyone and you don't get a message, nothing. Basically, you know that you got shadow banned because suddenly your views, like your story views and your likes, just drop to like 10% of what you used to have. And if that happens like multiple times, then you are risking that they will take down your account, and again, chances of recovering it after are practically zero. So that is something I have to be very mindful of. And everyone in my industry, if you guys have ever seen us misspelling sex, right? Misspelling orgasm, like, it's not that I don't know how to spell it. Oh my god, it always like puzzles me that some people comment like, hey, you misspelled it. I'm like, really? You really think that I don't know how to spell the words that are like the essence of my business? We do this because we don't want to get flagged. Now, I don't even know exactly how much all this misspelling and using emojis actually work, because I would assume that the algorithm is smart enough to recognize what we're trying to do, but it is what we're trying to do. So the thing is that there's a lot of also hashtags that are banned. So if I use things like intimacy or pleasure, I can get banned for that. And you can check which hashtags are banned, but to be honest, like I'm not really up to date with this, so I just do my best, but I'm very mindful there are certain words I cannot write. Again, I recently heard that even the word intimacy and the word pleasure and the word tantra, that they're banned, and then if I use them, then basically my account can get shadow banned again. So yeah, this is a bit like crazy. And I think something that upsets me is that all these platforms, they allow educational content. So if I speak about sexuality from the perspective of education, then this is okay. But how do those platforms know that it's education? It's when I literally use the word education. So if I say sexual education, then I will be fine. But if I use the word tantra, then they suddenly don't really know what it is. It's basically this whole conversation that if I was a medical doctor, like if I was a sexologist, if I was like a counselor or a therapist, so if I followed the Western path, I would be okay. But because I followed more of the Eastern path, like energy work and meditation and aspects that our medical world doesn't really like, that science doesn't agree with, because I take so much content from there, that is just something that social media doesn't like, and we get censored and banned like all the time. Okay, another one, and this one is really crazy. I got uninvited from TEDx. So a few years ago, I gave a workshop about non-ejaculation and full body orgasm for men. And there was someone in the audience who loved this workshop. So he came up to me and he said that I should speak at TEDx, and we started discussing details and everything. It was meant to be in Austria. I was very excited because like speaking at TEDx was like, on my vision board for years. And then, the big boss, the main guy, needed to approve it, and he didn't. He was telling me that he doesn't believe in this topic, it's too controversial, that I need like science to prove it. And I just remember thinking, I'm like, I have so many friends who gave a TED talk which was about their life. So they're not talking about any science. They're not talking about, any research and what it's proven. They're giving their personal life story. And I said, look, I have so many of my clients, lovers, friends who practice non-ejaculation, but he said, no, I don't believe that. I don't think it's a good topic. And he was just really, really triggered by the topic itself. And so I basically ended up being uninvited. I got invited, and then literally I was uninvited from TEDx. So that sucked. I guess I'm still open to give a TED Talk. If any other country is open to discussing non-ejaculation, multiple orgasm, full body orgasm, or anything related to Tantra, contact me. I would love to speak about it. But yeah, that was really shocking to me, especially because, you know, TEDx is meant to be considered this platform that really spreads new ideas and helps to open your mind to new concepts. And here I basically experienced them being very close-minded. Another thing that comes with this job that kind of sucks is that some people really feel uncomfortable about what I do, and while I don't care if strangers feel awkward about it, it is a bit of an issue if it's someone who's very close to me. So this is something that happened a few years ago. I was with, at the time, my best friend, and I was meeting her cousin. And right before meeting the cousin, my friend said, hey, by the way, I told her you're a yoga teacher. Like, please don't tell her what you do. And it's like, I understand that for some people this may be too much, and I don't go right into the conversation. Like, I don't talk about non-ejaculation and sex with people, but I do like saying that I am an intimacy coach. I do like saying that I help people have great relationships and sex life. Like one of the big reasons why I do this work is because I want people to feel comfortable discussing this. I feel one of the big problems we're facing is that it's like we put it, you know, under the blanket, under the bed. So then it just feeds all the shame around sexuality that we have. So I want to help heal that and release that. And so when this happens from like your closest friends, that even they feel ashamed in front of their family because of, you know, what I do. So yeah, that was also something that didn't feel nice. Okay, another one. This video is getting long. See, yeah. As you can see, there are a lot of things that suck about doing this work. So another one is, I cannot even count the amount of messages with like messages that really shouldn't be sent, like absolutely disrespecting my boundaries, photos and videos, questions. I was like, and I always reply, no, I don't always reply. I used to reply. Now I usually like just ignore them, but I'm just like, would you ask a strange woman this question? I'm not your friend, I'm not your lover, I'm still a stranger, right? And just because I openly talk about these things, it doesn't mean that you can just go and send me the photos of your, you know what, or send me videos of, you know what, or ask me really personal questions. Like, no, I'm not gonna answer that. And that kind of also, oh my God, I totally actually forgot about this story, it just came to me now. So there was this one time, I got a message from someone who was interested in a lingam massage. So lingam massage is basically a full body and a penis massage, and it's a healing practice. It's not a hand job. I don't offer these anymore, but I was at that time. It's a really beautiful and deep practice for men, especially if they want to connect to their heart, drop into their body, etc. And so this one person was messaging me asking about it, and the price for this service was $1,000. And he says this is outside of, like, out of his budget, so can we do a bit of a deal? I was like, okay, well, what is the, you know, the price that feels comfortable for you? And he said $100. I was like, okay. And I said, well, so what do you propose in exchange? And he said, well, I can pay you $100. In exchange, I can give you an orgasm. And I'm like, what exactly do you think that I do? So that happens. Like, sometimes people message me asking for private sessions, just assuming that I'm a sex worker. I'm not a sex worker. I sometimes get really tired that I have to repeat it, but yes, that happens all the time. And I, you know, so because of all these experiences, I put processes in place so I can protect myself from people like that. You know, if you want to work with me one-on-one, I first ask you to fill up an application where you tell me what you're looking for, why you want to work with me, also how much money you make, because if something costs $1,000 and you can only pay $100, it's just not a match. It's okay, but it's not a match, right? So the application is the first step, and if it's like a good application, if I see you're actually interested in doing the work, in going deep, then we schedule a call. Then I speak to a person for 1 hour. I tune into them to really feel their energy, see if they're in their integrity, what is it that truly they're looking for, and only then I will have one-on-one session with anyone. So I put these things in place to protect myself from people who just message me saying like, hey, so are you gonna be naked in the session? Can I touch you? No, the answer is no. Again, I'm not a sex worker, but like I said, these things happen. It's just something that comes with this type of work. Do I like it? No. Do I hate it? No, because I think anything in life comes with a price. Like, there's a trade-off to everything. And, you know, because I really love what I'm doing and that's what I want to be doing. I'm really good at this. Like, I really believe that this is perfectly aligned with my soul, with my life mission, with my energy. So I know I am in the right place. And so this is the price that I am willing to pay, right? If I wasn't willing to pay this price, it would mean that I am not doing the work that I should be doing. So I am willing to pay this price, but I wanted to record this video just to show you guys that it's not all happy, all beautiful, and all perfect. There are all these aspects to doing this work that are not pleasant. But this is also why, like, you know, there's all of you who are watching my videos, all of you who are liking and subscribing and commenting and sharing your beautiful words with me, all the encouragement and the amazing feedback that I'm getting. And like those things, they basically make all of this negative disappear. You know, it's like, I feel like I'm quite resilient and I've built resilience over time, and I don't complain about these things. And this is literally the first time I'm publicly even sharing about those things, because I'm like, well, it's just something I have to deal with. It's not your problem. But I want you to know that, yeah, every time I read something encouraging from you, it gives me extra strength to deal with all of this shit. And it like reconfirms me that what I do brings value and it is needed, and it just fills my heart. It gives me so much confirmation, validation, and love. And thank you so much for that. And that's really like the best gift you can give me. It's to comment and share something encouraging. It's to give me a like, it's to subscribe, connect with me on Instagram, on my newsletter, wherever it is. Like, that really means so much, because you help me not take all of these crappy things too seriously, not let it like steal my excitement and my enthusiasm. So my loves, this is it. This is a bit of the personal sharing. I hope you enjoyed this, and I do hope to see you in the next video. Bye!